Ugh, how I hate this stuff, Pedro was complaining. Not an entirely new thing for him to be doing. Pedro wasn't always complaining, but he complained a lot. Now he was disgusted because it had snowed overnight. Never mind that the sun was shining brightly and the sky was bluer than a freshly cut sapphire. There were few enough clouds in the sky that he could count them, but still Pedro was mad. "I hate snow," he repeated again. "Well, I guess we could stay in all day and not go out until it melts." His friend Ramon was always eager to please Pedro. The two coyotes had been friends since they were born. Although they were not brothers, they had been raised by the same mother. She had borne one of them and found the other. No one except she even remembered which was which, and she never said. "Even if we could do that, it's still cold." Pedro was beyond being placated. He was set for the day. He was not going to be happy. Ramon couldn't argue with that. He wouldn't have anyway. Ramon made it a point of pride that he never argued. He prided himself in the fact that he could get along with anybody. He thought about what Pedro had said. He thought some more, but still couldn't come up with anything to make snow warmer. It had been his experience that sometimes when he couldn't come up with an answer on his own, their friend Sidney could. So rather than sit in the den listening to Pedro complain, he said, "I think I'll take a little walk. Maybe go see what Sidney's up to today." "Well, you can be sure I'm not going anywhere. I hate going out in the snow," was Pedro's reply. Ramon took off across the prairie. He personally didn't understand what Pedro hated so much about snow. It was beautiful. Sure, it was cold, but how it sparkled. It was so bright it almost took his breath away. A little hard to walk in, to be sure, but how untouched and clean this early in the morning. He found his spirits rising with each step he took. Upon arriving at Sidney's den, he was all smiles. "Hey, want to come out and romp for a while?" Sidney was very quiet. He looked up at his friend and answered, "Isn't it beautiful? I actually hate to walk on it, it's so perfect. No, I think I'll just stay inside so as not to put my meager footprints in such a beautiful picture." Now Ramon was really disappointed. Usually Sidney at least could be counted on to rise to the occasion and romp with him. He started home a little sadly. Suddenly he felt a jerk on his tail. He just about jumped out of his skin, he was so startled in the midst of such quiet. It was Sidney. He laughed and ran around and around Ramon, howling and breaking up the silent reverie. As he ran, he lowered his head and scooped up snow in his mouth, savoring the cool drink. Ramon was happy to have the companionship of his friend. The two of them didn't speak any more. The day was much too beautiful to waste on words.